one single announcement will finish this with Wike. There is an impression that Wike actually feels that he is so politically relevant, especially when it comes to money. And like I said, it is Nigeria. Indeed, he is probably right. But one single stroke of pen, it will become nothing anymore. All this whole thing, noise and all of that will be gone. And the Wike that made the threat today, I don't know if you have heard it. Okay. Before we go to what he said to Ireti today. Okay. When, when Ireti made a photo report him, that was when he said that if she doesn't know what's going on, well, she should ask or something like that, right? Or she should go and hang herself in a transformer. FCT minister to the FCT senator, right? Yeah, it's when she possibly poked the bear. I mean, the moment that prompted what Wike said today. Ireti, this morning.
Madam, do you think that your complaint is not just about Wike? You have also been quoted as saying that you are excluded from most of the key decisions affecting the Federal Capital Territory in the Senate. Do you think this is because you are from a minority party, Labour Party, or do you think it's because you are a woman? 4 of you, 4 women in the National Assembly.
It's not because I'm a woman. In all fairness to the Senate as a body, it's not very difficult to exclude the women, and they do not exclude us. We get involved in as many things as we really like to. And most of the time, yes, your party matters a little bit, but not seriously. If you want me to be honest, this boils down to the fact that the Senate President is a personal friend of the Honorable Minister of the FCT. So when things that they think Senator Kingibe might object to are brought, I'm not sure. As I said, this is a topic I'd rather wait, since I plan on coming back to you in another week to discuss in details. I was planning to have a general discussion with you today, but I am on several committees. I'm not excluded from any of them. I'm aware of every little detail that goes on in every other committee. Why is this committee special? You would think it would be the reverse, because I'm the senator representing that place, as most other senators are called on when things affect their constituency. So it's something that needs to be sorted out privately in the Senate. And if it's not sorted out privately in the Senate, then we can discuss it publicly.
Okay, I get the point about the friendship between Akpabio and Wike. But there's also something about style and communication. If you as a senator from the Labour Party, if on the floor of the Senate you behave like this obedience on social media, that could create a problem. Because Wike has said, look, that you expect that he will report to you. And he as minister, he will not report to a senator.
No minister has ever reported to any senator. If you look back if you look back several years, most ministers and the senators don't even usually come from the same party. But they work in synergy. Synergy is the key word. Reporting to anybody does not arise. And our proceedings in the National Assembly are recorded. Being cantankerous or disorganized is not my style. In fact, I think I have been quieter than I normally am because I was studying the Senate and the dynamics of the place. So I doubt that it has to do with my style, but if it is, you can look at the Senate proceedings and advise me, because they're all recorded.
Okay, but I mean, you say key decisions affecting the FCT. What are your own priorities that you think have not been addressed in the best interest of the people of the Federal Capital Territory?
Actually, some of my interests are not specific to the Senate, but they are specific to the person administering the Honorable Minister. But just like any state assembly, when a governor is not taking care of the rights and the needs of the people, the state assembly draws his attention to it and makes him do it. For one thing, Abuja, there's no water. And let me even take the last budget that was passed, the supplementary budget.
98.5 billion?
Yes.
Supplementary budget?
Yes, let's not even go into the big one. Let's just deal with that little one. In that budget of 98, only 18 billion has anything to do with the people. 20 billion for renovating 20 schools. Now, everything else, we're building a road to EFCC or another one to DSS and all those things. Please, with all due respect, those roads may need renovating. Maybe the road to the presidential wing all need work. I am saying that for an impoverished nation, for a territory where insecurity is so high, a few days ago, I live in Maitama. My God, just walking down the street, was hacked. This is in Maitama. Just shows you the level of insecurity. We have so many issues and we don't have the funds to do them. So in the bid to prioritize, I think that the needs of the people, that is the majority of the people, healthcare, education, security, and water as basic as water, we do not have. So I'm not saying that those things, we can do them when we are more liquid, but we are not. Those are my issues. So for another thing, okay, some of these things, maybe the local government, like the markets I'm complaining about, the local government needs to take care of it. But in previous, the honorable minister's predecessors, he would join hands with the National Assembly and tell the local government chairman, you've got to do this, you've got to do this. So him alone against the rest of us, he will do them. But when everybody is working in silos, nothing, the people.
Madam, do you think that?
I know. At least she's very clear. All right. But the difference here is that Wike is not used to being told to actually work for the people. No. The only place where they can inflate contracts, okay, and then loot money is by trying to do some, what do you call it? Some of what they call the show-off projects. That when you begin to look, for instance, right, 98 billion naira supplementary budget. Out of the whole 98 billion, okay, only 20 billion is allocated to, not to build new schools, so renovate 20 schools. 1 billion naira. So things like that. Then the rest of the money elsewhere. Water. They should provide water. No, that's going to take a long time. What about? We can't be doing water, Jare. People will not pay. They will not pay money for water, so it's just going to be a waste. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to do the bridge, flyover bridge, over your water. Sir, we already have a bridge. I know. We need a modern one, a very new one design. I saw it in Australia. It's going to cost us 180 billion naira. We have to build it. And that's how they ruled. That's how they ruled. And she said, I am not looking to be his friend. I'm just saying, if we have proper communication, right, there's a chance that the scarce resources can be channeled to some pressing issues that could make a lot of difference in the people's lives. Wike won't have that. So after this was when Wike responded. After this one, I'll show you now. Watch.
Madam, do you think that the man you are talking about, his name is Wike, former governor of Rivers State, and is now minister of the FCT. Now, he has responded to this issue that you have raised. He says you want him to be your friend, and that he doesn't want to be your friend. That is it by force. That you should leave him alone.
Please, what constitutes friendship between two people who've never met each other? I have never sat in the same room with the minister except in a Senate committee. So how does friendship arise? Why would I want to be the friend of somebody I do not know? The truth of the matter is that the minister refuses to speak or communicate in any way with senator representing the Federal Capital Territory. So how are the wishes and the needs of the people to be communicated to him? Please tell me if you know a way.
Well, but he says he's minister and he's doing his job. He has commissioned some roads. He has renamed some roads. He has built, some projects in the place. He has appointed permanent secretaries. And he says he's concentrating on his work in Abuja. And he doesn't want blackmail. He says you are blackmailing him.
To do what? To regard the needs of the people. The minister may be a great minister in a ministry that has no people. But the unique situation of the FCT minister is that apart from infrastructure and roads, he also has to take into consideration the needs of the people in that territory. That's the difference between him and, say, the Minister of Works or any other ministry. The Minister of FCT is almost acting as the governor for the president. So it's not just being a regular minister. He says he commissioned roads. Yes, those roads were started by Mohammed Bello, and I commend him for finishing some of them. But also, just like the people took me on when those roads were commissioned, they said, Madam, you people are celebrating roads in Maitama, Asokoro, and Central Business District. The bulk of the people do not live there. Show me the projects where the people live. That's the difference. It's almost like a governor telling you that he built some roads, so he doesn't care what the needs of the people are. They have needs. So it's not good enough. The people are not impressed. I commend him because I see that some things are done. But at the end of the day, they don't have water. That fire that happened in Karu could have been prevented if there was water. But I don't know if you know Abuja. Any fire truck has to go all the way to Atokoro to get water, spray the fire, and then come back. Not to talk about the fact that there were no access roads into the market and a whole litany of issues. Who do you think is going to sort out those issues? The minister. But the people are going to tell the senator, not the minister. The same way, insecurity. The people scream, senator, senator, senator. Senator says, minister, sort out insecurity. Says he does not have to speak to me, so I spoke to him on channels. Just like a lot of the issues that I'm going to bring up today, he'll hear.
On Arise, and what is with a Wike's latest response, word for word? Ireti was a mistake, and now Wike has gone public and dared her to contest again in 2027, because they are going to do everything possible to return Aduda, their friend. But the problem now is the under which party? Where the Wike is PDP. So if he says he's going to make all of you in Abuja to reject Ireti, so then you have to go for APC. But he himself is like, that's part of the confusion. Oh. But the deluded, the drunkard probably doesn't give a damn. They will do it anyway. Abi? Yeah, Abuja people, where your votes won't really have to decide anything. Where the Wike is living off something that is pretty much like a fairy tale. I have seen his video dancing in that 2,100 euro jackets, right? But today, this afternoon, listen.
If you don't want, don't hang yourself in a transformer. Yes. If you're angry, well, hang yourself. If I've done well, we have done well. If I've not done well, we have not done well. And we're proud to say, in this short time Mr. President appointed us, that we have done well. He said there are no schools. He said there are no hospitals. You as a legislator, what have you done? How many bills have you sponsored for us to improve our education and our health sector? How many? going to that legislature, if you are very, very popular, 2027, come and run under Abuja, we will fail you. You think that what happened last time will happen again? You think so? It will not happen again. If you are popular, come and run. Luckily for me, I'm the FCC minister now. So here's my territory. I'm not afraid. So people should come out and be able to accept the truth. We are not begging for anybody to be our friend. We have so many friends that we cannot even carry along. So how can we go and beg people to be our friends again? We're not interested in that. So if you are angry that people are praising us, wait. By next year, your DP level will be going very high. Because the praises you will see will be too much.
Nuisance, Lele.
Did you hear that? He is asking the senator how many bills he has, she has moved to help improve education, help improve healthcare. But he himself is unable to actually talk about how much he has improved in water supply, in security, in healthcare. No, it's just all this, like thuggery, this outreach life or touting life. Oh, I will show you. You did this the last time. You did it, you're popular. Thank God this is my territory. And you can wake up tomorrow and they will say, okay, they don't send them go the Ministry of Northeast Development Commission. Here, Barney. All that gra. What would that then come to? Then, like I said earlier, right? He said, this is my territory. Thank God, this is my territory. So people have said that, Tinubu brought Wike to Abuja so that it will help him to rig Abuja. And Wike believes as well that he's playing that critical role. And But Abuja people don't they respond. And they said, Ireti probably is just acting weak. And I think this guy also said that that's why they don't give power to women. What the hell? But listen, this is somebody from Abuja after today's Wike's utterance. I mean, what's the difference between when he was the Rivers governor? I know some of you in Rivers State will kind of be laughing at the entire people of Abuja now that, Muna keep and there. Keep and there. Me no allow and come back to Rivers State to beg keep and there. Now waiting we endure be that for 8 years. Abuja, keep and there. What time will tell. Listen to this guy.
It was really a disheartening episode to watch today. When I saw Wike commissioning Mabushi, flagging out Mabushi car park. Even into his best century, where do people flag up car park? There's nowhere. It's the list of the elementary level of governance. And then in that same occasion, he was using that same occasion to bash a sitting senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And people were applauding him. He was derogatorily making statements that will reduce the personality of that person. Governance is not about insults. Wike is boasting that because he's doing tying roads that were already tied. Some of these roads that Wike has scraped in both in Matama, and there are no roads in Nyanya, there are no roads in Karo, there are no roads in Kerishi, there are no roads in Kuba, there are no roads in Gwagwalada. Even the roads, the ones he completed were what Bello has been doing. And alone on those ones, he collected about 1.2 trillion. 1.2 trillion. It's because there's no accountability in Nigeria. That's why most people don't know what is going on. And he also collected another 98 billion naira as supplementary budget for the FCT to complete projects that have been ongoing. And we were talking about Abu Karishi. Abu Karishi road has been there even before Jonathan, before Buhari, and the road was stopped. There's no construction is not going on as we speak. Then he's talking about a senator that was elected by the people and boasting how by 2027 the person will not come back again. As if Wike would be the one to vote for the people of FCT. Wike has forgotten that before him there was Erufai who performed excellently well and was never using any words against those who were elected to represent the FCT. He never used any derogatory language against them. And yet, with all that kind of performance, FCT people is a cosmopolitan city, a metropolitan center for the Federal Capital Republic, Federal Capital Territory. They took their vote by their hand. Look at the president that have come before him, before Tinubu, How many of them have won their polling unit in the presidency? Wike don't know history. He's not a student of history. If not, he would know. He was a local government chairman in Rivers State. He was a governor for 8 years. He was a minister from Rivers State. But yet, he lost Obiako, his own local government, and lost Rivers State before he panicked the result. So what makes him think that by this one, he will win FCT? FCT, there are people that are intelligent voters. You think there are people who you can just come and intimidate. The way he's intimidating senators, I think I blame other senators and other House of Rep members who are not coming together, especially the opposition and the opposition from the Labour Party. They must speak with one voice. They must make a press conference and speak to Wike that Wike does not control this country. And the resources he's spending are public resources. He cannot stand on that stage, that podium, and use the same language to insult the vote that has been cast in the FCT for a senator, for a House of Rep, or for anybody. It is not acceptable in a democracy. And those who are applauding him because he's flagging up a motor park, he should go to the internet and show me where in South Africa or in Egypt where ministers are going to flag off bus stop. He should show me. These are not the ways to define that governance is working. So Wike should know that the people of the city will determine who will represent them, and it will not be through his panic-beating of results or like what he did in the 2023 election. Let him just watch out. He cannot continue to speak to people without thinking that there's consequences for those actions. And President Tinubu should know that Wike presents more danger to. I really.
Brilliant, oh. It's just somebody who lives in Abuja, and guess what? I have been told that that's actually how people actually feel towards them in Abuja. They feel so powerless sometimes, and sometimes they feel like they want to fight. Yeah. Where a Wike is spending billions, hundreds of billions of naira, okay, in patching up the usual, patching up a fake project, or cutting tape in a building car park, building what do you call it? Building road to a park, building road to the EFCC. I mean, imagine going to EFCC office, and then Abuja says, the minister of Abuja says we have to construct the road leading to this your office. I don't like the road. That corner road there, we have to rebuild it. And then they bring the bill, 40 billion naira for 1 kilometer road, 2 kilometer road, that they will patch and patch. And that's what it is doing. You know, he always he uses media, okay? He will call all the media guys. Then he will sit with them. He will then be lambasting all of the people, right, who possibly are questioning him. Then he will begin to praise himself on, do you know what we are doing? Yesterday we were in Mabushi. Last night we were there, we had to commission a park. The other day we were there at renovated building inside the so market. You know what I mean? Like, but when it comes to real governance, like human development projects, so to say, they are not interested in that. No, they are not. And as for him, you lost your own local government area. They beat him. They beat Tifnubu, beat PDP, beat Were Wike. In Rivers State, Obi Akpo, he was defeated there. Like I said earlier, they didn't win anything to make them, to make Tifnubu press idiots. But somehow, Were Wike believes that with the same magic that they used in making Tifnubu press idiot, which is like they're going to write it. Now he's kind of like letting the cat out of the bag so early. He's already telling Abuja people, not only you Abuja people, the rest of you all over Nigeria, they are already telling you. You will see. We will determine who is going to come back and who is not going to come back. It's not your votes. If it's about your votes, right? That's if we allow you to vote. It's not going to say it that way, but that's practically what he's saying. And I hope you are taking note, Abby. Take a look at this story, this school, right? It is somewhere in Imo State, a primary school. In an effort to make sure that they chase them away from that place, the governor of Imo State, governor of a state, decided to remove the roofing sheet of this school, primary school, abandon them in an effort to make sure that they chase them away from that place and the land will be taken. For what? They say those who close the gates, I'll put it this way. They said those who close the school gates are automatically opening the prison gate. An example of that is this by Hopeless Uzodimba.
They told us that they are building government house annex without proper consultation, no signpost, no any agreement or arrangement between government and the landowners. At least inform the landowners, call them on a round table and inform them what they are doing here. But they didn't do it. They just came with the